Hey everyone, so I've been dealing with an issue for about a little over a year and I'm just sick of dealing with it, so I'm going to fix it. Every time it rains, I get water in my saddlebags and it gets my gear wet. Both saddlebags are leaking, and so I'm going to show you how to fix that for $20. And what's happening is in these saddlebags here, it's basically two pieces of plastic that are overlapped and riveted together. And what's happening is water is getting in there. So previously this had a bunch of foam. I've already ripped out the foam, and this is just the bare plastic. And you can see the riveting in those two pieces of plastic that go the whole way around this thing. Same thing with the other one. I just ripped it out, and so 20 bucks. I'm gonna show you the materials I purchased. Went to Home Depot and I bought some waterproofing. This is Dynaflex 230, $6, black. It should fit good. Match well. I also got this from Home Depot. It's just some spray-on adhesive. And at Joann's, these were 99 cents a piece. It's 2mm foam. Well, the foam that was in there was 3mm, but this is just a quick barrier so you don't mess up your gear. So 2mm should be fine. So all I'm going to do basically is I'm going to take my sealant, and on the inside and the outside, I'm going to take the saddlebag off and just seal it inside and out. Let it dry. Verify that it's not leaking. Once I've done that, then I'm going to go back, pre-cut my foam to size, fit it in the saddlebag, and once I know it's good to go, then I'm going to spray it with the adhesive, stick it down, and it should be good to go. I'm not going to sit here and videotape me sealing all of these saddlebags, okay? But what I do want to show you is I just want to show you the idea behind it. So you're going to need a wet rag. It's going to be for your fingers. You want to keep your fingers moist. And a little bucket with some water in it. On your sealant, because these are such a small seam, a small gap, you just want to cut it at a 45, and you just want a small hole. You don't want a big hole. Just like that is plenty big, and you can put like a little V in it. Okay, and the idea is you want to push the sealant inside the crack, inside of that seam. So the best way to do that and this is why you need that wet rag. But right here, you're gonna put it on there and put your finger over it, and then you're gonna squeeze, and you're gonna go slowly, and you're pushing it into there. Okay, you want to push it in there, and see, watch, if I put my finger like that and I'm squeezing it, it's pushing the stuff out, and I'm pushing it against there, so it's squeezing into that seam. Okay, and after you do it, you're just gonna wipe it clean. And you don't need a bunch of excess on the outside because you pushed all of it inside there. Okay, so that's all I'm going to show you. So today is the next day, and I've sealed all of the seams. It's dry, so I'm going to show you real quick, and then we're going to test it to see if it's waterproof. There's the seam, the sealant dried in there. And on the inside of them, it looks a little rough, but it doesn't matter. We're going to cover that up. It's a little rough because I thought it'd be a good idea to also seal around those rivets. So I did the seam, and I also put a bunch over the rivets. All right, so here comes the rain. Alright, so I guess they call that with that'd be a good little sprinkle. And let's see what happened. Alright, so I see a little bit of water, but I think that might have been from me opening it. So I'm going to get a rag here, and I think I'm going to wipe this off before I open this one, and see if maybe if that wasn't just. Alright, so we got a little bit, but alright, so that failed. There got water in it, so I took a better look at it, and there's actually a second issue. If you come take a look here, the water was actually get the seals on the lock were bad, and it was getting in through there as well. So I just cut some gaskets out, and I'll show you a little image of how I did that. So here goes test 2. All right, let's see how they look. Actually, I'm gonna wipe this water off, and we'll see. All right. And we're still getting water, but it's coming from this lock. So the seal is working because it was leaking from there as well before. So now we just need to figure out this lock. Okay, so that test failed, and I assumed that it was the gaskets because these gaskets are tore up. These are the old gaskets, and they're warped. So I assumed that it was the gaskets, but it's still leaking. So I opened up the saddlebag and poured some water over it, and it's actually coming right through that little slit. So I'm going to try to figure out how to get that to close all the way. Alright guys, so I was able to get them to close. What I did is I just took some compressed air and blew it out, and then I took some WD-40 and I sprayed it in there, blew it out again, and then I noticed that this lip was bent in a little bit, so I took my little pick and I just shoved it in there, and I bent it out, and I had to do that on both of them. So they're closing pretty good now, and I'm gonna do another test. All right, everybody. So here comes the rain again. Come see. Alright, so this is good news. It's not leaking through the lock anymore. There's a tiny bit of moisture in there, but it looks like it's just from splashing up, because I was hitting it so hard. I think it was just splashing up right there. So yeah, so that's from it bouncing off of here. So I think we're good to go. Alright, so real quick, this might be a little bit of overkill, but I got some duct tape, and I duct taped all the seams And like I said, it might be overkill. It's not leaking now, but it's better to overdo it than to underdo it and have to do it again. All right, so apparently I'm doing something wrong because I just got done having a huge argument with my bike, and she's upset. She said I'm spending way too much time talking about her saddlebags, and I ain't talking about anything else about her. So to make her happy, because everybody knows, happy bike, happy life, I'm gonna go ahead and do an overall view of her, and then we'll get back to work. All right, so there's her backside. There's her left side. There's the front of her. This right here. That's my favorite angle of her. All right, so you probably seen earlier in the videos that this really has nothing to do with fixing the leak, but I wasn't real happy with the top. It was looking nasty, so I just put a real quick coat of paint on it, let it dry, and let's look at the interior finished product. And so, you know, could probably put some there, but whatever. Storage compartment, I ain't worried about it. Same with this. Put a real quick spray paint, and there's the interior. All right, there's the info. Who made it? Leatherlight is who makes the bags. All right, so I hope that this was able to help somebody. It didn't cost me much money. I'm sure if you took this into a place that fixes them, it costs a lot. Or to get new ones is several $100s. So anyway, I'm also going to give myself a free feed. In addition to doing all these cool little projects, I also design websites and I do graphics. So I'm going to put a link to my website in the description. It's black.designs.com. And thank you for watching.